up, y'all? I am your girl Candy, and I'm about to speak on it.
I had already heard.
I can turn a shade tree into a money tree. I am relaxed and chilling because we are in quarantine. And it just so happens that I just found out that we are not having an episode this Sunday night. So I figured, do I not do a speak on it just because the Real Housewives of Atlanta does not have an episode?
Don't check for me unless you got a check for me.
We're not gonna do that. We are going to still do our speak on it, but this time we're just gonna make it about whatever the people say they want to know.
Let's go to Danny from North Carolina.
Now, with that being said, the people who I'm referring to are the people that are in my text message group that I always be telling y'all about. Y'all need to be signing up and, you know, get to be a part of my text group. You know what I mean? So right now, to be honest with you, we have like almost 60,000 people in our text group. But it's really cool because, you know, I'm able to hit them directly and I know they got my messages, unlike social media, whereas like you may see it, you may not see it, and there's all this other stuff to it. So anyway, I text them and I asked the question I asked. I just let them know that I was doing a YouTube video and that I wanted them to send me questions for my Q&A. So let's see. What do they have to say? You notice I get a lot of money questions. Now, I am not an accountant. I am not a professional business manager. I just have been able to be successful in managing my own. So with that being said, I never have a problem with sharing tips that I've learned. It's so crazy because this week I did this video with my husband about loan deferments, and not just mortgage loans, but car payments. Anybody that's, you know, that you are making payments to monthly, they have programs out there now that a lot of the companies, not all of the companies, but a lot of them are, because of what's going on with the quarantine, are giving money to people, or not necessarily giving money, but allowing people to defer their payments for months at a time without penalty. Now, some companies are not doing that. So anyway, I'm telling you that to say, I posted the video and then I started getting negative people in the comment section. There was some people that were like, I mean, what you doing that for? I mean, you rich, you don't... Look, lady, I'm just trying to share with you and help you out. You over here trying to nitpick me and what I'm doing. Like, stop it. Just listen to the information. And the other people was like, oh, no, if you do that, then this is that. Like, they just know all of every mortgage company out there. Needless to say, I thought about taking the video down. Okay, so the interest rates are lower, okay? So if your interest rate is not as low as you want it to be, and you can continue making your payments, but you want your interest rate to be lower for the long term, go ahead and try to do a refinance and get your interest rate lower. And I didn't take the video down. I told my husband, I said, well, in the morning, I'm gonna take the video down. I just left it up for the night. By the morning, it was over 1 million views on the video. And it was so many positive comments from people who had actually called their lenders, and different people that they, you know, have payments with, were able to defer payments without penalties and different things like that. Or some people were able to get their interest rates dropped and different things just because we put that little tidbit of information out there for them. And when I tell you, I teared up. I teared up. I know I sound like a big baby, but it made me tear up because at first I was thinking it was like a negative thing, but then it was such a positive thing because I started getting texts and messages from like people that were close to me. Like one of my family members texted me and was like, oh my God, like I didn't even know you could do that. And now we were able to defer both of our car payments. And, you know, we didn't know how we were going to be able to, you know, take care of something they was working on. And now they are going to be able to. Or friends from that I met at Riley's school were even saying that, you know, because of the quarantine affecting their career, they both weren't working and they were able to defer their payments at this time, you know, and without penalty, and it really helped them. It was just so many people texting me, let me just say that. Like all kind of people texting me saying that, you know, it really worked out for them. I just want to say a couple that were in my actual this one young lady in my comments on the thing said, BMW let me defer 2 months without affecting what they normally allow. This has no effect on your payment history or credit report. Bam. This other young lady says, Yolanda DeZellis said, great information. I got deferment on mortgage and car note for 3 months each. Her name is I Got You For Real on Instagram. She said, great advice, Candy and Todd. Me and my husband were on hold for 2 hours, and after that 2 hours, we got our car payments deferred for 2 months, and payments added back to the back end of the loan. Anyway, it was so many people that another lady, Bolo, Jana Joy, I don't know. Baloney. I don't know how she got this pronounced, but anyway, she says, I did it, girl. I got 4 months off my house payment deferred, only paid the interest. It's just a lot of people just seem to help. So with that being said, I'm glad I did it. For those of you that it did not help, I'm sorry, but if I were you, I would continue to call the banks and different people, because as the government is giving the banks money, they're able to change their rules and regulations and pass those what they're getting on down to their customers. Back to our text. I'm sorry, I done lost my last text. So many questions coming in. You have to be texting me. We're gonna put the phone number up here in order to be a part of this text group, okay? This text is from Clamecia McCall. She says, besides the money and family, how do you stay self-motivated? Please say this question is from your biggest millennial fan, Clamecia. Okay, Clamecia. What keeps me motivated? Well, obviously family keeps me motivated, which you said, but it's mainly because I want to leave something great for my children. I mean, that's the main thing. I want to leave a legacy for my family. But then another thing besides family, besides, just making sure I make money, I want to make history. I mean, I don't know if everybody wants to make history, but I want to make history. Like, I want my name to be in history books, or I want a street named after me one day. Like, my grandfather has a street named after him, and that's something I always wanted. I know that sounds stupid to some people, but we all got goals, and I have goals for myself. Like, there's, accomplishing things in the name of women, black women especially, that a lot of women have not accomplished it, or breaking barriers, opening doors. I was the first woman to win songwriter of the year for ASCAP Rhythm and Soul Awards, and for me that's one of my favorite awards that I've ever received, or biggest awards I've ever received to me, because it basically broke a barrier. So for me, it's just accomplishing things is what I like to do. It makes me feel good. So every time I finish one thing, I'm ready for the next thing. Another thing, I like to help people too. I have my foundation, Candy Cares. I help a lot of people. To be honest with you, there's a lot of people in my text group that I've helped. It's 59,600 people in this text group. But every now and then, I get people who will send me texts that are saying stuff like, I'm homeless, I'm out of work, me and my cat, them and their children didn't have a place to live or stay. So it's a few people from the text group already that I helped get apartments for, paid up back rent, caught up their rent, different things. And these are not things that I don't publicize, or I don't want a hero cookie or nothing for it, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that I do from the heart, because I just want to help people, you know what I mean? But I do have things, some things that I am a part of that are bigger scope that people know about. I just like being in a position or in a situation where I can always help others, and so it makes me feel good. I'm excited, even when it's little stuff. Like, I had a few of you guys when all the Girl Scouts was trying to get Girl Scout cookies, trying to get their goals. I swear to you, I bought loads of Girl Scout cookies, and I never did log back in to see if you guys had knew that those Girl Scout cookies were bought by me. But Don Juan did a little video at the office one day. He was like, where did all these Girl Scout cookies come from? And it was from people in the text group. They were like, my daughter is trying to make it to her goal. And so I'm buying 500 boxes of cookies here, 100 boxes of cookies. What am I gonna do with all these cookies? I was like, if y'all don't just give those cookies away, I don't know, it's a mess. But I just like doing stuff like that. It's kind of silly. It is hurtful to me, that sometimes when I post certain videos, people will say stuff like, oh, you're not doing nothing for nobody, which that is so far from the truth, such a lie. I don't feel like you're supposed to post everything. And you can see it's like a catch-22. If I do stuff for people and posted about it every time I did it, then people will talk about you for that. Oh, she always feel like she gotta tell everybody when she do something. But if you don't post about everything that you're doing for other people, then they say you're not doing anything. It's just a weird place to be in, because it's you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Just know that I'm always trying to help people. I'm always trying to help people individually, and I'm always trying to help my community, period. That's why I always put like all my businesses in urban areas, because I'm trying to bring more jobs to my community. Ooh, which reminds me, it was another text somebody said. So to answer your question, Clemencia, basically what keeps me motivated is helping other people, my family, like you said, being financially stable and being able to, live the life you want to live, obviously, and accomplishing my goals. Here was another one. Oh, child. No, this is not for the thing, but some dumbass someone. Why don't you text her phone instead of mine? Now, how do I block him? I'm deleting him from my group. So let me say, Natalie Baldy. You got a whole bunch of questions, girl. She says, number one, what's the first thing you will do when this quarantine is lifted? Oh, my Lord, I'm going out to eat, honey. I'm going to go out to eat. Because by then the sun will be out. It'll be nice. Maybe we should go to the park. Go to the park for a nice little brunch at Piedmont Park in Atlanta and somewhere, you know what I mean? And enjoy the outdoors with people. Just being in the house and only seeing my family every day. I love them dearly, don't get me wrong. But sometimes being tired, we getting on each other's nerves. Okay? He's like, when I get out of here, you won't see me for weeks. I was like, boy, don't play with me. Anyway, so number two, she says, has this pandemic given you a new perspective on things? If so, what? Well, definitely. I always say is that right when you think you got everything figured out, it's always some way that they can just throw a monkey wrench in your shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I had so much stuff already lined up this year. I was gonna be hitting y'all with a bam, 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 bam. And now we are at a complete standstill. It's like unbelievable. You know what I mean? To where you're sitting there thinking like, how did this happen? Just 2 weeks ago, I was killing it. And now it's like, I'm just sitting in the house. And there's nothing I can do about it. I don't even know when the end is coming. And it's just like, you can never be totally prepared, Just never be. Always have backup plans. Always have plan Bs. Never get overly confident that you think you got it all figured out, because it ain't never all figured out. All right, number three, she says, has this taken a toll on any of your businesses? Has it? Girl, has it? Girl. Okay, so let me tell you. Let's start with Old Lady Gang. Okay. Old lady, we was working on a big project. I can't even talk about it. That's on hold. Oh, the restaurant was pumping. Both locations. Mind you, first thing happened, they shut down the State Farm Arena where the Hawks play. They shut down first because of the whole basketball thing. NBA shut down. So that Old Lady Gang, stop, on pause. Okay, we still had our physical locations, one on Kemp Creek and one on Peter Street. Next thing you know, we had to shut those down. Now, mind you, our restaurants were doing really great. It was like packed every day, nice crowds, making great money. We got lots of employees. Let me tell you, we got like 80 something employees at each location. So between our two physical locations. So that's a lot of people that we employ. And the service industry, to me, has been hit the hardest. You know what I mean? It's really heartbreaking for me because you get so close to a lot of the people that work with you and for you, and you want the best for everybody, and then we all are like, we went from killing it one week to $200 the next week. It's like, could you imagine if you making, I don't even want to tell you how much you were making the week before, but the next week you go to killing it to like $200. Like, wait, what? Like, when they tell you gotta shut your doors, like, our restaurant is not a fast food joint. I see how some fast food places still, like Chick-fil-A, they still got a line, people still, going. But like when you have a sit down restaurant, those restaurants are really impacted because you can't nobody can come in. So it's like, we weren't even really on Uber Eats and Grubhub and all of those things before, but now we've signed up, but it's a little too late. Todd was freaking pissed at the team. Let me just say that, because he had been saying for a whole year, we need to be on Grubhub, we need to be on Uber Eats, we need to be on, DoorDash and all these things. We're like, yeah. Okay, we're gonna get done. Okay, we're gonna get done. Now, it's not done. It wasn't done anyway. It just got done. But it wasn't done when they told us we had to shut down and only do delivery and to go. So guess who was getting cussed out? The whole team. So that's where Old Lady Gang is at right now. We're still sitting, not making any money, but bills are still due. You know what I mean? And so, it's so funny because, people all like trying to tell you, oh, you shouldn't be doing this and that. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we are business owners, first of all, foremost. And, so I'm just telling you, we ain't got like little bills. You know what I'm saying? Payroll hitting for 2 locations. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no little small feat. It's really put a monkey wrench into the business. So that's the first thing. But then the second thing let me move on to tags. Oh my God, with tags, Peaches, my business partner, she's like, we're having trouble getting a lot more inventory back in because like a lot of the places that we got inventory from, we're getting their inventory from overseas. So that's a problem. And then plus we were in the middle of moving locations next door to our Peter Street Old Lady Gang. So we were in the middle of a build out. That's a problem because that's not happening as quickly as it should. Then you got the issues with Bedroom Candy. We were planning this big retreat at the end of the month that we were supposed to be doing with a lot of our consultants. That was going to be fun. And we like to do things for our consultant. Like if you ever sign up to be a Bedroom Candy consultant or a Candy Coated consultant, it's like we do constant, encouragement, motivational talks, stuff like that to keep people, motivated about, keeping their businesses successful, because basically everybody who's a consultant, they're their own business owners. We're partners, you know what I'm saying? And we had to stop our retreat right now. Things may not happen with the convention this year. A lot of major companies are not doing conventions. We have had a convention every year for past 8 years, and I cannot even imagine not having a convention. Just, it's an in-home party company. People ain't having parties right now. So that has been heartbreaking. Here's the bright side of things. If you do want to release some stress right now, we still have product in that would be some great stress relievers. So just go on to bedroomcandy.com and get you some, or you could just order you some nice lipstick from Candy Coated. Okay? Well, this one is from Tawana Jones. She says, I've lost my sexy somewhere along the last 17 years with my husband. I don't even know how to move my body in a sexy way. What kind of tips can you give women like me to restore a feeling of sexy to ourselves? I think we all go through this thing of when you're in a marriage, especially when you have kids, it's like you ain't having sex as much as you used to, and then you get comfortable and not keeping it sexy like you should. But I think we need to constantly remind ourselves that a relationship is work, and keeping each other excited and into the relationship is work. You don't want to feel like it's work, but it is, you know what I mean? Because you could so easily fall into the slump. I would say just start trying things that's out of the box, You say you don't even know how to move your body anymore or whatever. I mean, not right now, obviously, because we're stuck in here in the house. And even if you don't want to wait to go out till we get out of the house, if you want to just go on YouTube right now, I guess there are classes on YouTube where people do pole dance and different, sexy type of dancing. We have all kind of like fun games and different things at Bedroom Candy that can help spice up your life. We have these sexy dice where basically you roll the dice, and whatever the dice say, you have to do it. Now that was a fun game we also played when we had the dungeon tour. We would make couples get up on stage. Well, we would ask them to. They would get up on stage and volunteer to play the sexy dice game, and it would get very hot and very sexy. Because you just have to be a willing participant. You roll your dice, and then whatever the dice is, one dice will give you an action, the other dice will give you body parts, and you just have to play along with. Some people are just like so against porn. I'm not. Hey, I'm just going to keep it real with you. So, hey, I'd say one day just put one on and see how he react and get it going. And then we always could, just use tools from home, meaning whipped cream, melted chocolate, fruit, Girl, make him close his eyes and start dipping fruit in his mouth, and next thing you know, first he dipped the chocolate in the whipped cream, or no, you dip the banana in the chocolate, put it in his mouth, you tell him to keep his eyes closed. Then you dip the orange, whipped cream, dip it in his mouth, tell him, don't you open your eyes. Then you dip your finger in the caramel sauce, stick it in his mouth, and he's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just different stuff you can do. I mean, now don't get me wrong. Ty be complaining about me because I have fell out. When you have these kids in this house, and every night Ace wants to come down and get into bed with us. I say about 4:35 a.m. He gonna come walking in, don't even knock. We got the baby and the bassinet on the side. So with that being said, if y'all watch the next Candy Inside, he's gonna give you an earful on what he got to say about our sex life. I think everybody has troubles, keeping it spicy, especially if you've been together for over 17 years. If you want to spice it up, which clearly you do because you asked the question, there are ways to start spicing it up. You know what I think you should do, girl? You should go to bedroomcandy.com and get you some of those vibrating panties, honey. You get the vibrating panties, and then you give him the remote control, and you say, I want you to control me. Let him control that thing. Boop, boop. Zzz, zzz, zzz. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It's like a fun game you can play. All right. Well, that was me speaking on life. Since we couldn't speak on the TV show today, we were just speaking on life. I hope you guys are safe, taking care of yourselves, and I hope you're just doing well. That's it. I wish you the best of health. Love you guys. Make sure you subscribe, share, comment, like. Okay? Hook us up with a like and a comment. And if you ever want to be a part of my text group so that you can be a part of the Q&A in the future, send me a text. Here's the number below. Oh, by the way, I am giving away gift cards for Amazon for those of you who may need some help. So I decided to go ahead and give away some gift cards from Amazon. I'm always ordering on Amazon. If you haven't seen by now, I have an Amazon shop, but I am giving you $50. A lot of people can't go to the grocery store right now, so you can order it on Amazon. So I am picking a few people from my subscribers. I want you to subscribe to my YouTube and subscribe to my Amazon shop. And can you comment below and tell me what city you're from? I just want to know. All right. Well, until next time, thank you for watching. Speak on it.
I had already heard.
I can turn a shade tree into a money tree.